He had bagged the waterfowl. He'd bagged the waterfowl that nested around the shore. I'd hunt for eggs in the grass, and we'd both dig for Katniss roots, the plant for which he named me, in the shallows. At night, when we got home, my mother would pretend not to recognize me because I was so clean. Then she'd cook up an amazing dinner of roast duck and baked Katniss tubers with gravy. I never took Gale to the lake. I could have. It was time-consuming to get there. But the waterfowl were so easy pickings that you could make up for lost hunting time. It's a place I really didn't want to share with anyone. A place that belonged to only my father and me. Since the games, I've had little to occupy my days. I've gone there a couple of times. The swimming's still nice, but mostly the visits depress me. Over the course of the last 5 years, the lake's remarkably unchanged, and I'm almost unrecognizable. Even underwater, I can hear the sounds of commotion. Honking horns, shouts of greeting, doors banging shut. It can only mean my entourage has arrived. I just have time to towel off and slip into a robe before my prep team bursts into the bathroom. There's no question of privacy. When it comes to my body, we have no secrets. These 3 people and me. "Katniss, your eyebrows!" Vienna shrieks right off, even with a black cloud hanging over me. I have to stifle a laugh. Her aqua hair has been styled so it sticks out in sharp points all over her head. The gold tattoos that used to be confined above her brow have curled under her eye, all contributing to the expression that I've literally shocked her. Octava comes up and pats Vienna's back soothingly. Her curvy body looks plumper than usual next to Vienna's thin, angular one. There, you can fix those in no time. But what am I going to do with these nails? She grabbed my hand and pins it flat between her 2 pea green ones. No, her skin isn't exactly pea green now. It's more of a light evergreen. The shift in shade is no doubt an attempt to stay abreast of the copious fashion trends in the capital. "Really, Katniss, you should have left me something to work with," she wails. "It's true. I've bitten my nails to the stub in the past couple of months. I thought about trying to break the habit, but couldn't think of a good reason why I should." "Sorry," I mumble. I hadn't really been spending too much time worrying about how it would affect my prep team. Flavis lifts a few strands of my wet, tangled hair. He gives his head a disapproving shake, causing his orange corkscrew curls to bounce around. "Has anyone even touched this since you last saw us? Remember, we specifically asked you to leave your hair alone." "Yes," I say gratefully, that I can... Hang on. "Yes," I say gratefully, that I can show that I haven't totally taken them for granted. I mean, no one's cut it. I did remember that. No, I didn't. It's more like the issue never came up. Since I've been home, all I've done is stick it in its usual old braid down my back. This seems to mollify them, and they all kiss me, set me on a chair in my bedroom, and as usual start talking nonstop without bothering to notice, even if I'm listening. While Vienna reinvents my eyebrows, Octava gives me fake nails, and Flavis massages goo into my hair. I hear all about the capital, what a hit the games were, how dull things have been since, how no one can wait until Pete and I visit again at the end of the victory tour. After that, it won't be long before the capital begins gearing up for the quarter quadrille. Isn't it thrilling? Don't you feel so lucky? You're in your very first year of being a victor, and you get to be a mentor in the quarter quadrille. Their words overlap in a blur of excitement. Oh, yes, I say neutrally. It's the best I can do. In a normal year, being a mentor to tributes is the stuff of nightmares. I can't walk by the school now without wondering what kid I'll have to coach. But to make things even worse, this is the year of the 75th Hunger Games, and that means it's also the quarter chorale, and they occur every 25 years, marking the anniversary of the district's defeat with the over-the-top celebrations, and for extra fun, some miserable twists for the tributes. I'd never been alive for one, of course, but in school, I remember hearing about the second quarter chorale. The Capitol demanded twice the number of tributes to be provided for the arena. The teachers didn't go into much more detail, which is surprising, because that was the year District 12's very own Hamish Abernathy won the crown. Hamish better be preparing himself for a lot of attention, squeals Octava. Hamish has never mentioned his personal experience in the arena to me. I would never ask. And if I ever saw his games televised in reruns, I must have been too young to remember it. But the Capitol won't let him forget this year. In a way, it's a good thing. Pete and I will both be available as mentors during the quarter chorale, because it's a sure bet that Hamish will be wasted. After we've exhausted the topic of the quarter chorale, my prep team launches into a whole lot of stuff about their incomprehensibly silly lives. Who said what about someone I've never heard of? And what sort of shoes they just bought. A long story from Octava about what a mistake it was to have everyone wear feathers to her birthday party. Soon my brows are stinging, my hair smooth and silky. My nails are ready to be painted. Apparently, they've been given instructions to prepare only my hands and face. Probably because everything else will be covered in the cold weather. Flavis badly wants to use his own trademark purple lipstick on me, but resigns himself to pink as they begin to color my face and nails. I can see by the palette Cinna has assigned that we're going for girlish, not sexy. Good. I'll never convince anyone of anything if I'm trying to be provocative. Hamish made that very clear when he was coaching me for my interviews for the games. My mother comes in, somewhat shyly, and says that Cinna has asked her to show the preps how she did my hair the day of the reaping. They respond with enthusiasm and then watch, thoroughly engrossed, as she breaks down the process of the elaborate braided hairdo. In the mirror, I can see their earnest faces following her every move, their eagerness when it's their turn to try a step. In fact, all three are so readily respectful and nice to my mother that I feel bad about how I go around feeling so superior to them. Who knows who I could be or what I will talk about if I've been raised in the Capitol. Maybe my biggest regret would be having a feathered costume at my birthday party, too. When my hair is done, I find Cinna downstairs in the living room, and just the sight of him makes me feel more hopeful.